Oh my God, this is hilarious. Yeah. Check this out. We got a story called Bigoted gets fired 2 days after being sworn in. Racist post get cop fired 2 days after being sworn in. What a loser this cop is. All right, let's do it.
Well, he gets hired. He's fired in 2 days because he's racist, could not contain himself. They actually should have known based on his history. Let's put it up full mass.
Here it is.
Hell of a thing, okay? Chaz Ford, an Indiana police officer, was fired after just 2 days on the job when a pair of racist Facebook posts resurfaced, posted by him.
Wow.
Marion Police Chief Angela Haley found them so offensive that she immediately terminated the cop. Good for her. That's
good job. She should have done it right. She did it right there. Immediately terminate. You're fired on the spot.
This type
Get
of
out.
behavior and will not tolerate it.
Exactly. I'm glad she did the right thing by firing him on the spot and telling him to kick rocks. Good.
Both posts were made actually prior to him joining. You see them there.
Wow, look at that.
Posts were made prior to him joining the Marion PD. One post included an image. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin,
leaning down on
George
Floyd's neck,
was captured with gas hitting 489.
Look at that.
Let's all take a moment to appreciate better times, he said. Another showed a cartoon image of a black man that read Martin Luther King. Okay. Now let's keep those up for a minute.
Yeah. Let's show him.
To the chief, I really do appreciate your leadership. I know that you're not in charge of going through the profile of an individual who applies for the job. I know that.
Yeah.
But I also know that if you had a policy that required it, this may not have been a hire in the first place. Likely no harm done here. He was only employed for 2 days.
Yeah.
Likely not even on the beat yet. But in the future, let this be a reminder, you got to investigate cops thoroughly, including social media.
And that's the thing. Cops need to go through a rigorous background check as well. You got to wonder what you are hiring. I mean, are they a bigot? Are they racist? Are they sexist? Are they going to abuse and corrupt their authority of power? It's called doing thorough investigation and background
when hiring them, because it could give you a good indication of what they actually believe. Jordan, this is one of those situations where the police chief actually did catch it early, and the police chief did move in the direction that we all say needs to happen quickly. You fire the person right away. You already know what's about to happen if you keep them on board. So I'm glad that happened. Now, would that have happened if, let's say, he was there for 2 years, 5 years? Don't know.
Nope.
Because all of a sudden you have a buddy-buddy system. All right, nobody knew this clown. So it was easy for them to let him go. But here's the win. The win is do it in advance. Do it in advance. Make sure the investigation requires a thorough assessment of not only your policing background and criminal background and education background, but also your social media background, because it is a permeation of your thinking. What say you?
You know, and here's the thing as well, too. You know, a lot of job places like that, companies, business, corporations, when you're getting hired for a job, you're trying to do a resume, they don't even go through your social media and through your background to see what kind of stuff you are putting on, like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, to see what kind of tweets you're putting out, what kind of posts you're putting out, what kind of videos you are dropping, and what kind of things you are saying about other people and about religious and faith, all that stuff. Oh yes, they do that stuff. They'll run through your background. A lot of companies are starting to do that nowadays. And it does kind of make sense as well.
Totally agree. First of all, I'm surprised this happened just because it's such a rarity.
It is.
I think,
you know, and here's the one thing I want to touch up as well, too, before I let this roll out. Sometimes I wonder how does Philemon, a.k.a. Gary Stiefel, how does that guy have a job when he's sitting there making disgusting remarks about Jews, talking about anti-Semitism, all this stuff on Skype, on the internet, doing videos of disgusting stuff I can't even talk about, like like Sandy Hook and all this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He's going honesty and bitchy like that. You know, a lot of companies going to look at it like that, and it's like, well, you're making remarks about this or about this race or that people, that, or you're talking about being sexist like that. Well, we're going to have to let you go. You know, it's not the fact about coming down at you. It's about being professional. Especially, you got when you go in a job, it's not being just like dressing professional and acting, but it's being professional.
I think you hit the nail on the head. If this was 2, 5, 10 years down the line,
Yeah.
I can't imagine this would have happened. That's just the way the police unions operate and protect themselves and their own, right? They block any investigations, they slow down any accountability, or totally block that altogether. They would all know him and look out for him because maybe in the past he looked out for them. 2 days, it's like, okay, yeah, who is this?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Yeah, that it might be different, but yeah, I don't see any harm in looking into a potential cop's social media history, just as you would in many other job applications and job vetting processes. As we've seen time and time again, there are cops who espouse racist beliefs or even linked to white nationalist and white supremacist groups. Look into their social media history. I think it only makes things better. Not that it's going to completely eradicate any sort of problem of police brutality in police departments, but it's one step, so take it.
There you go. Well said. Some companies are now actually working with cops to clean up their social media background. So that's there too.
Yeah. And like I said, that's what some companies are doing nowadays. When you go for a job interview, another thing they're going to ask you, well, most of the time they ask you about this and that. Do you have any prior job experience? Do you have any criminal records? Do you have any felonies? And some places your job says, do you have any social media accounts? And you can't sit there and lie, because eventually they're going to look into it and find out that if you lie, guess what? You're not going to get the job. And they say, well, yeah, I'll say, okay, what do you got? I got Facebook, I got YouTube, I got Instagram, I got this or that, like that. Okay, so we're gonna have to check out your credentials on your social media. I'm thinking if you just do videos or posts of a lot like that, retweeting like this, give them your opinion like that, they'll probably be all right. But if you're sitting there being racist, being a bigot, being sexist, and a narcissistic pick, yeah, you're not gonna get hurt. Yep. Anyways, just saying. It was a Monday Night Chop. Peace out.